made me think of this theme today. A friend and I were going to visit one of our friends in Ajax. And as we were going up the street, we just exited from the highway, we noticed that there was a woman who had just pulled over and her four-way flashers were on. And when we drove by, it looked like she was slouched over. I thought she was just looking for something on the floor of her car. But my friend was concerned that she may have passed out or she was maybe in distress. So we decided, okay, well, we're just going to park and then walk over to see if she was okay. And it ended up that she was actually just looking for something on the bottom of her car, but she was driving a hybrid car, her boss's car, and it had stopped working completely. And she didn't have her cell phone, and no one else had pulled over to help her. So we offered her our cell phone, and she made calls to CAA and to her boss, etc. And one thing that really hit me was it just took myself and my friend a couple minutes out of our regular schedule, and she was so thankful for our little act of kindness. And what hit me also was the fact that so many other cars drove by this woman before anyone actually stopped. And while we were helping her, people were honking. Some women actually gave us the finger because the lady was obviously blocking traffic. So it was just very shocking to me to actually see that some people aren't really as kind as you would hope they would be. So even though most of us have grown up with the ideals of treat your neighbor as thyself and be kind to others, it really just hit home that not everyone actually does that when it's not convenient for them. So my challenge to you is to just try to do one little thing every day to just help somebody or to be kind to somebody, even if it's just holding the door a little bit longer so that someone doesn't get smashed in the face with the door, or helping a woman with a stroller onto the bus, or something really small. What seems like nothing to you can mean the world to someone else. And so I really realized that. It really hit home for me on Saturday that we really helped this woman by just a small act of kindness. So I'll ask you to rise and give a toast to being a good Samaritan.
Being a good Samaritan.
You may not be seated. We have quite a show in store for you today. We have two speakers, and one is going to be presenting her first speech, and one of our more seasoned members is going to be presenting his seventh speech. So first, it's my pleasure to introduce our brand new member. She's doing her icebreaker. So we recently just met her, and so far what I know of her is that she's very friendly. Every time I come in the door, she's smiling and always very personable. Her goals with Toastmaster are to really improve her speaking, her comfort with speaking, and speaking off the cuff, so to speak. And I think she's a great addition to this club. When I asked her about her thoughts on the theme of being a good Samaritan, she said, being a good Samaritan is good for society, so let's promote it. And so I would say yes, I agree. Her speech title is The Making of Me. The speech timing is 4 to 6 minutes. So Madame Timer, at 4 minutes, please turn on the green light, 5 minutes the amber, and at 6 minutes the red light. And it's with great pleasure that I introduce to you, for the first time, during our icebreaker, Lucy Zhu, presenting The Making of Me. The Making of Me, Lucy Zhu. We're hearing people do their icebreaker speeches because it really kind of welcomes you to the club, and really it gives us an opportunity to get to know you better. So I think we're connected somehow cosmically. Kind mercy is so related to the theme, and when we're speaking about it yesterday on the phone, and you didn't tell me that, but I'm glad you mentioned it in your speech. So congratulations and welcome. And just take a few quick moments to write. We see some notes, some feedback about her speech. Just give you a moment to do that. Now on to our second speaker. He's been a member of this club for, I think, about 6 months, if not a little bit longer, maybe about 9 months. But he has jumped right in and been really involved with the club and has participated recently, as you heard, in a contest and represented our club quite well. He is a very energetic and informative speaker. That's kind of the reputation he's built for himself in the club. And when I spoke with him yesterday and kind of asked about the theme, but I'll just fill in. I think if anyone has seen his contest speech where he speaks about a true example of a Good Samaritan, when he went to Kingston and forgot his suit pants and had to go to a men's shop and was lent an entire new suit for the purposes of this one meeting, one interview that he had to go to. That, I think, is really a great example of his experience with the Good Samaritan. I know that he is one himself as well, being that he is a medical doctor. So he is presenting his 7th speech about, and it's a research speech. His objectives are to collect information about his topic from numerous sources, carefully support his points and opinions with very specific facts, for instance, examples and illustrations gathered throughout his research. The timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, so please light the green at 5 minutes, amber at 6, and the red at 7. The title of the speech is Organ Donation, Arash Kashfi, Organ Donation. Good thing to click the next level. It's excellent. It's funny that both speeches are very much on topic. Thank you for that. I'll just ask you to take a few minutes, a few moments, just to write some comments to Arash about feedback about his speech. We will not be doing a vote for best speaker this evening because there are only 2 speakers. And sure. And Madame Timer, if you could let me know the timing of both speeches, please.
Let me see. 5.28. Arash 6.58.
Thank you.